pause for a second or two. This is episode 176, Pausing Under Duress. These are stressed times. These are times when our imagination is running it is not easy to not be overwhelmed by our own sense of things getting worse and worse. There is conflict in many places, in all places maybe. There is widespread fear of escalation, fear of war. And less and less people pause when we just do some people watching when we are out on town or wherever. We see that people are less inclined to pause in their everyday lives. It's becoming more of an uncommon sight. Today's episode is called Pausing Under Duress. And duress is a strong word. It's a serious word. It's not one to make use of lightly. We could call today's episode Pausing Under Pressure. That would be milder. But in using the word duress, we prepare for the possibility, the eventuality, that pressure might increase and become overt duress. Pausing under pressure and pausing under duress are basically the same dynamics that we're talking about, the same skill. So it's good to make that connection. Pausing under duress. So basically now, as times are getting gradually worse, none of us want to give up ground. None of us want to move. None of us want to make a bad deal. And as we push harder and harder against each other, listen less to each other and demand more of each other, the pressure increases, the tension increases. And at some point, pressure will reach a threshold and turn into duress. and that point is quite close now. So pausing under pressure, pausing under duress. When someone is putting pressure on us, it is extremely uncomfortable to pause. When someone is putting pressure on us, what we want to do to alleviate our pain, alleviate the uncomfortable feelings in our body and mind, what we want to do is to give up, or we want to make lies, try to outsmart the other one. Usually our first reaction is that we try to do something. We try to either be agreeable or to deceive the other one. Or we might try to just scream back or push back. But basically doing something, saying something, giving a response, a verbal response or a non-verbal response. But some kind of decision making very quickly, some quick decision. A quick decision to be agreeable, or a quick decision to lie, or a quick decision to push back. But all of these three are not pausing. Pausing is another thing, a fourth thing in this context. So, as someone is putting pressure on us, we do not say something agreeable. We pause. When someone is putting pressure on us, we do not tell a lie. We pause. And when someone is putting pressure on us, we do not push back. We pause. And why do we do that? Why do we pause rather than agree, lie, or push back? As we pause in the face of someone pushing, someone putting pressure on us, things happen. Interesting things happen. When someone is putting pressure on us, basically what they are doing is that they are telling us something. They are giving us information. They are engaging with us. So they're saying that they have intense feelings, so intense that they make the decision to put overt pressure on us. Okay, that is interesting. And then we pause for a second or two. And what happens during us pausing is that the sheer amount of energy from the one putting pressure on us will keep telling us things. Often, most people, when they put pressure, have not thought beyond the point of putting the pressure. They put the pressure, which is some kind of threat, overt or covert, some kind of explicit or implicit threat. And usually, most people do not think beyond that point. It is very difficult to think beyond that point. It is very difficult to plan for how to react to someone pausing in the face of pressure, in the face of duress. So when we pause in the face of pressure, someone putting pressure on us, that person will surprise us and surprise even themselves. And that surprise, it surprises us as much as it surprises themselves as much as it surprises us, and sometimes more themselves than us. And then cool things can happen. After all, being put under such pressure is not nice. It's not really defensible. So it is more interesting to just pause and see what happens for the person putting the pressure when we do not do anything. We just pause. We do not agree. We do not lie. And we do not push back. We just pause with the intention for all parties to gain a greater insight into what they're actually doing. Often, someone putting pressure perhaps do not really want to put pressure in that way, not in that desperate way. It's not a very good feeling to feel implied to put desperate pressure on someone. It's not nice. So often, when we are pausing in the face of such desperate pressure, the person themselves might sometimes see what they're doing and backtrack and sort of step back from their pressure and realize that, do they really want to do this? Is this really the best alternative? Or is this putting under pressure just due to losing our footing momentarily? So it's not really about putting the other party to shame. It's more about that most often when we put each other under such undue pressure, it is also to our own regret. It's not really what we want to do. Not really. Maybe momentarily, but not really. Unfortunately, the overall pressure in society right now is so high, the tension is so strong, that there are many situations like this now. There are frequent occasions, almost daily for us now, when we are put under stressed pressure, some kind of duress, It's all over the place right now. And pausing is useful when it comes to this, because it conserves energy for us. It conserves energy that if someone puts pressure on us and we agree on a whim, it will lead to confusing consequences. And if someone puts pressure on us and we tell a lie, that will also lead to confusing consequences. And equally, if we push back onto pressure, that will also lead to complicating consequences, consuming a lot of energy in wasted energy. So pausing is really quite smart from that perspective also. It conserves energy for us. That many situations where we put pressure on one another simply goes away on their own if we simply pause for a second or two. Many headaches go away on their own if they do not get any reaction, but just a pause. It's sort of like sitting in a kayak or something like that in turbulent waters. And it's not really about trying to, outsmart the waters. It's more about being fluent and sort of going with the flow, quite literally. And pausing is emotionally kind of like, conserving energy and not doing anything rash, not trying to overstretch or do anything too presumptuous. It's conservative in a good way. Also, when we pause like this, it makes the other party feel like we are not out to seek revenge. And that also naturally calms many situations. It does. It's not always proper to pause like this. Sometimes we have to say something or make some kind of statement or push back in one way or another. Sometimes we simply have to, but many times this is for the absolute majority of situations. It's best just to pause for a second or two. And this will take up a lot of our daily lives now, putting each other under pressure, because it is getting turbulent and it looks like it might become more turbulent. And pausing is a good way to start. When we pause, we do not dig ourselves deeper into a problem. It sort of gives space to the situation. And it's really crucial to conserve or create as much space as we can in split-second decisions coming now. That's it for today. Thank you.